Young Justice issue 15 sees Superboy finally get his hands on Dr. Glory, who is shocked to learn the hero survived. The angered Connor says that he's been trapped in other dimensions, lost with his friends, and almost killed by an alternate version of himself and lizard people with kryptonite swords, all because of her. Wonder Girl tries to pull him off the Doctor, who wants to trade for answers. Superboy says that she's going to die in Iron Heights, but before she can talk, the hero shushes her as the rest of Young Justice arrive. Superboy is surprised all of this was to rescue him as Tim learns from the Wonder Twins that the Justice League have been informed and they are on their way to the Great Desert Lab to deal with Glory's experiments. Connor still can't believe they all came for him, but Tim tells him that they would never let this happen to him again. Connor hugs his friends before they all stop Glory from slinking away. Zan, however, has bad news, saying Justice League aren't really coming and it's just up to them. Tim says that he can call Agent Cameron Chase of the FBI, but as they try and come up with a plan, Glory tries to escape through her portal. However, Impulse manages to tackle her. As she fights off the boy, she is hit by a taser arrow from Arrowette, who apologizes since she let the arrow go on instinct, but the team think it's okay. Arrowette says that she had all the answers, but luckily Impulse got everything from her computers, revealing that since before they've all partnered up, he's been chasing a mystery that when he peeked into her files, he saw the final pieces of. The team wonder if it explains why they don't remember each other, but Bart doesn't think everyone should hear this. Tim knows that that's up to everyone else, and because they all want to hear it, Bart gets to explaining that his memories have felt strange, and he began talking with the other Flashes about it, and they theorize that maybe the Speed Force could help him fill in the gaps. The team thinks he broke the multiverse, but Bart says that he didn't, but something did. Bart tells them that things happen to the multiverse, things some of them have seen, chaotic things, but things have also completely changed, and according to what he's found, there have been time shifts, reality bends, and reboots, and he's amazed that all of the crazy cosmic creatures and powers that they've encountered, it doesn't happen every other weekend. And for people like them who face this, a crisis is a moment of true change in the multiverse. Bart says that this is where Connor factors into it, since there was a time and an Earth where Young Justice did exist, and Connor went out as Superboy and had a random run-in with Star Labs, catching them in one of their illegal experiments. And to stop Superboy, they fired him into Gemworld, which was dealing with its own reality-abusing villains. What Connor or no one else actually knew at the time was that when he was stuck in Gemworld, a crisis happened on Earth and it was changed, meaning their personal history with one another was changed, and since Connor wasn't actually in that dimension when it happened, it just erased him from history and forgot about him. Tim knows that that's what Zatanna found in his head when he went to see her about his dreams. He thought it was some psychic manipulation, but now he knows that it was something else. Connor knows that he is now indeed the clone of Superman and Lex Luthor like Glory told him, but also he knows he's not even from this reality. Angered, Connor says that since he's not part of this reality, he doesn't answer to anyone and can do whatever he wants, confronting Glory and telling her that he can pull her heart out and just walk through one of the portals and disappear forever. Connor thinks that it's the Lex part of him and he's overwhelmed with ideas on how to kill her because of it. Glory says she didn't make him come to her and he messed with her first and she just showed him who he really is. Connor agrees, saying he knows who he really is now and this is who he is, grabbing her, intending on punching her, telling her that thanks to her, he's finally free. Connor lets her go, however, saying that because of her, he knows he's someone all of these heroes would do anything to rescue, and if he has friends like that, he must be okay. He thanks Glory for the proof, angering the Doctor, who says the kids have no authority over her and her bosses will be angry with them. Suddenly, the FBI storm the building, taking Glory into custody as the Wonder Twins fill them in on what Star Labs have done, and how Young Justice are deputized members of the Justice League, with Zahn being their liaison. The FBI agent says the kids don't need to sell them on Glory's misdeeds, since there was a nice piece about her and Star Labs in the Daily Planet recently. Later on, the team get to work cleaning up Star Labs monsters. Impulse gives Ginny Dr. Fate's number, telling her that she needs to call him about the trunk she has in her car before telling Naomi he found intel on the doorway to her homeworld, and despite not knowing her well, she deserves to have it. Bart tells her that she isn't the only one who has that info, as the FBI and the League also have it now, but Naomi doesn't know what to do with her part, but Bart says that she will know in time. Naomi knows that she's got to get home and figure out her life, and the other team members agree that they need to head off as well. Naomi hopes that they will call her if they need anything, and Tim says that they will, and if they all want to, they should just reform Young Justice, for real this time. The team wonder if that means all of them, but Tim means them plus even more, but since they are all trusted friends now, it doesn't mean they have to have a clubhouse or official meetings. They just call one another from time to time if they need help. Zan says that he can make it official since Superman owes him one, despite his sister knowing that not to be true at all. He still says that Young Justice will be recognized and sanctioned as a youth organization of the Justice League, and he will make it happen. The team bid each other farewell as Glory is carted off by the FBI. Connor stops the Wonder Twins, telling them he needs to talk to Superman about who he is, and they tell him to come by the Hall of Justice in the morning since he will be there doing a live stream with Plastic Man. He asks if anyone else will be there, and the team say they will be, as Sideways wants to ferry people home through his portals. However, the heroes decide to fly instead. Impulse takes off into the desert, but soon is stopped by Superboy, who knows Bart's story had some holes in it, wanting to know why it's so important he get Young Justice back together, where he's been, and what he has seen. Young Justice issue 15 was a great cap-off to the Warlord storyline, as well as the end of what could be considered Act 1 of Young Justice. I enjoyed what Brian Bendis and David Walker did with how the pre-Flashpoint Connor survived the Flashpoint and the New 52. It makes a lot of sense as to why no one remembers him either. I also really love the idea of Young Justice not being a formal team per se with, as Tim puts it, a clubhouse or organized meetings, but a group of young heroes who can call on each other from time to time if they need it. It's a great way to expand the team, and also how you can get around needing everyone who's been in these issues to show up in every story. You can select who you want. It's great for creators to then play around with team dynamics. I'm looking forward to the next issue, as well as Impulse revealing to Connor what he left out of his story there. I'm going to give this issue an 8.5 out of 10.